Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, time for Wisdom Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. I was looking through all of the little talks that I've done in the last 3 years, and I was surprised that I hadn't really ever talked about coenzyme Q10. So I thought I'd spend a little bit of time talking about that today. I'm working on a talk that I'm going to give in the fall on just cellular health and mitochondria. And one of the most important enzymes in this electron transport chain and the creation of ATP, which is our energy molecule, this all takes place in that little tiny organelle within the cell called a mitochondria. And I know we've talked a lot about mitochondria and the importance that it has in just our health and energy production, but how important this particular enzyme is in this little thing called the electron transport chain. There's these complexes that pass these little electrons down, and ultimately we make water and then send some phosphate over to make some ATP. And in the process, this enzyme is really important for the release of these electrons and in this chain of events. And it's fascinating. We only make, it's estimated somewhere between 500 and maybe 1,500 milligrams of this enzyme, this coenzyme, if you will, CoQ10. And it's naturally occurring in all cells. We all make it, even in plant cells, not just human cells. And its other name is ubiquinone because it is ubiquitous. It's everywhere and it's in all living things. And it really helps to facilitate these chemical reactions in the body, and particularly along this electron transport chain to produce ATP. And its role is very important. And one of the ways that it's made, or the way that it's made in the body, is using this HMG coenzyme A reductase, which is an enzyme that takes acetyl-CoA and makes cholesterol as well as CoQ10, this coenzyme. And if you take a statin, it inhibits the production of this particular enzyme in the body, and it's pretty important. And I think that's why a lot of people do have some side effects at times with that, or maybe just are a little more tired or muscle aches, because you just can't keep up that production of ATP perhaps when you are on a statin. And therefore, because it inhibits the production of coenzyme Q10, it's really important that you take some CoQ10 when you are on a statin. Now, it is found in certain foods. It's found in fishy foods, fatty fish. It's found in organ meats, which we don't seem to eat a lot these days, but there are perhaps capsules that you can take. I know there are calf liver capsules, etc., that you can take and get some of these small amounts of CoQ10 in them. Also, they're found in whole grains, and but it's really hard to get enough in our diet. So taking some CoQ10 can be exceedingly helpful. It's also a very powerful antioxidant, and it can really calm a lot of oxidative stress in the body, and because it does help pass those electrons on and help reduce these reactive oxygen species as a reducing agent. So it can be really helpful. And it comes in several forms. It comes in capsules and gel caps, etc. I know that one of the things that I learned many years ago is that when you go to altitude, taking an inordinate amount of CoQ10, normal dose is maybe 100 milligrams, but if you bump that up to 300, 600 milligrams, starting a week before you climb or you ascend or go to higher altitude, it can really help with cardiac function. That's one of the things that can kind of get broken down. And I just had a gentleman in today who went to base camp in Nepal at Mount Everest, and they take a very slow ascent into doing that, but perhaps CoQ10 might have been beneficial. A lot of people take a lot of other antioxidants as well, because you just get a lot of inflammatory reactive oxygen species when you are climbing and ascending and going into higher altitudes. It's really considered safe. It's not a problem generally to take it all, but can be very, as I said, very helpful if you are taking them with if you take statins, to take coenzyme Q10. And it is an important critical role with energy production. So if you're really tired, and that's probably 99% of the people that walk in this office. I rarely have people walk in and just go, I have more energy than I can stand. Occasionally, but not very often. Most people tend, and especially if you're kind of synced around that 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, taking a capsule or a tablet of CoQ10 might be of great benefit. I know that we talk an awful lot about a lot of different supplements, and it's not like we can take everything. But I just want to educate you on the different types of supplements that are out there and where and when these things might be helpful. I generally don't take CoQ10 all of the time, but we do have an omega-3 that has some CoQ10 in it. So you might be able to find some ways to get 2 bangs for your buck in certain instances. But I do keep it with me, and when I do travel to go ski or go to the mountains at all, even in the summer, I will add CoQ10 because I do seem to be pretty sensitive to higher altitudes with my travel and go into the mountains. So maybe not everybody does that, but it can be very helpful, and it helps with cardiac function and just increasing contractility. So you can find that there may be ways that this could be very beneficial, but as an antioxidant and as a helper for creating more energy, CoQ10 is a powerful supplement and can be utilized in many ways. And again, like I said, it's not necessarily something you want to take all the time, but a lot of people do and find it exceedingly helpful. So another supplement, we'll kind of continue to just educate you on different ones, and please let us know if you have any questions, and we'll talk again next week.